Okay, now we've got a very basic drum beat, we need to build upon it and come up with some new ideas. So, what I'd recommend you do is keep playing the loop back and try adding in some more percussive parts. There's no right or wrong once you've got a basic beat going. Try to make things interesting. So what I'd recommend you do is start playing your clip and then try some things out on your keyboard or by drawing parts in. You can always delete them at any time. So I'm just going to do something like that. Okay, I quite like that idea, and I could try and work out what I played there. But there's another handy MIDI feature that I'd like to show you, and that is MIDI overdub. Again, sometimes it may be too difficult to play in multiple parts at once. For example, playing multiple different percussive parts can be hard to get in time. So what we can do is set Ableton to loop the clip and to continue recording. This is called MIDI overdub and allows you to build upon ideas. So all you have to do to set up MIDI overdub is engage the session record button, which is this icon here. So once I press this button, Ableton will begin recording. So just ensure the correct track is selected and you have the record arm icon selected. Then just have a look, see what your count-in is going to be. Here we're going to have 1 bar count-in before the recording begins. So let's give this a go. Remember, it will continue recording until we press stop. You can press undo at any point to delete the last note you played in. Okay, so I'm just going to go over to this button now and it'll start recording. Right, so I didn't play that in very well. So I'm just going to press undo and try again. It's not bad, but it's not perfectly in time. Something else I'll show you quickly is if you continue to record over the same part, it'll actually overwrite the MIDI notes that were in its way. So if you could see there, when I was landing at the same point as the previous MIDI notes, it was overwriting that note with the new one. So now I've gone over the process a few times, I'm just going to delete all these notes and record them in one final time. So I'm just going to select all of those notes by clicking on the maracas note here on the left and press backspace. Right, let's give it one more go. Okay, we've got those notes in there, but they're not perfectly in time, so I'm just going to quickly quantize them. Just going to make sure all these notes are selected once again by clicking on the note on the left-hand side. Now I'm going to right-click on one of these notes and go to Quantize Settings. I want them to be quantized to 8th notes, which is actually my current grid setting, so I'm going to leave it on current grid or choose 8th note. I want to quantize the start and end time, and I want them to be perfectly in time, so I'm going to leave it 100%. Then press OK. Right, let's listen back. That sounds fine, but listening back, I think I want to move all of these 1/8 note over to the left. So I'm going to delete the one at the very start, because we don't need it. Then highlight the rest of the notes. So I'm going to click and drag with the normal cursor tool to select them all. And drag them over 1/8 note. You may notice we've got this one extra note after the end of bar 2, so I'm just going to drag that back in. Right, let's hear this. Okay, that sounds better to me. Right, before I move on, I'm just going to mention something. One thing you'll notice is I've actually left on scale mode in the MIDI note editor. I just don't need that when I'm working on drums, so I'm going to remove it. So it could get a bit confusing. I might think I can only use the notes which are highlighted pink, but that's not the case with this drum part. Okay, let's move on. Thanks for watching.